Well, good morning everyone and thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to be here at Auckland Hospital to announce new funding to strengthen the resilience of Auckland City Hospital and Greenlane Clinical Centre. As you can see already, there's a significant amount of work underway at Auckland Hospital to increase the resilience of this hospital, focused on upgrading the essential systems that support the basics for a modern hospital environment. These systems will improve the resilience of the hospital, and the government is confirming as part of Budget 2025 that we will continue to invest to deliver critical improvements to both power supply, heating systems, building management and safety infrastructure, building on the work that's already underway here to even further improve the resilience of Auckland Hospital and Greenlane Clinical Site. As you can see, you're currently standing inside a purpose-built 5-storey base isolated energy centre. This is not just about replacing a few pipes. This work is about future-proofing the building to ensure that Aucklanders can have confidence in the delivery of the health services that they rely on 24/7. The upgrades include new high-voltage power systems to improve energy security, replacing the aging steam heating network, and modernising electrical monitoring and building management systems. These changes will directly enhance the resilience and efficiency of the hospital. We're also funding the design work for the next phase of Auckland Hospital's hot water pipe replacement project, which means we can bring forward the next stage of construction by around 8 months. This is a critical part of our health infrastructure plan, and we're getting on now so we can deliver it faster. As you can see, these are about making sure we do the basics brilliantly to ensure we can give the care to patients that they deserve, the timely and quality care that they deserve. And today's announcement is about continuing that investment in those electrical systems, in the heating systems, those building management systems, so that we can provide that continuity of care for patients here at Auckland Hospital. So thank you so much for being here, thanks for coming and having a look, and thank you to the construction workers who are delivering this project. Stage 1 and 2 will be completed by the end of this year. Stage 3 will be completed in 2 years' time, and with that, happy to take questions. Oh look, I think the base isolation system is quite incredible to see, as well as the tunnel. This is about creating significant resilience for Auckland Hospital so that it can continue to operate around the clock. There's generators which have been installed here on site, which means that it's got backup energy for up to 3 days. It's got the cooling systems that you see behind us. And what we're doing with the funding we're announcing today is to continue that investment with a new electrical ring main, which means increased electrical resilience in case the power gets cut. It also includes updating the heating systems so that we can have less reliance on gas heating and have more efficient electrical heating. Plus we're getting on with replacing the pipes, which unfortunately when they were installed 20 years ago with plastic pipes, they're breaking. By replacing the pipes, we're able to make sure we can continue to provide that care that's needed. At the moment, if there's a leak in the pipes, the hot water pipes here at the hospital, we have to turn the entire system off in order to be able to fix it. Well, I'll get the team to basically this is enabling us to fix the hot water system so that we can provide that continuity of care. And that's why we're fixing it. And so I'll get the team to explain it. I'll just get the team to explain that first.
Okay. Continuity of care will continue, but what we're trying to do is get control of the water system within our acute services building, Building 32. So the work that's underway now, we've already started with phase 1. And with this announcement, we can continue with the design so that phase 2 can be rolled out efficiently.
Yeah.
Being such a long-standing issue, do you think it's good enough that it still hasn't been fixed and we're still in a design phase? And when you say fast-track by 8 months, what is the timeline that
So really good question. So it was one of the first things I did as Health Minister was to announce funding for the first stage. That puts in place a valve-based system, which means that if there is a problem, the entire building doesn't get affected. That work has already started now. The construction of that work is now started. And I'll get the team to explain what that means, but that means you can control if there is a problem in one part of the building, it doesn't affect the entirety of the other parts of the building, so patients can continue to receive their care. So that's stage one. Stage two is about then...
Sorry, that will be complete by the end of this year.
That's correct. That's correct.
Till the end of this year for that valve system.
Yes. So when the...
But how do you feel that it's taken several years? I mean, we've known about
Yes.
2020.
Yeah, well, I became the minister in January. I announced funding for it in February. So this is one of the first things I did as minister, was to announce funding to start work on fixing the hot water pipes at this hospital, because I know how important it is to the continuity of care to get this fixed. And so I've been the minister now for 4 months, and the first month on the job, I announced funding to fix this issue.
My understanding is that in the past we have some temporary fixes which have not worked.
Yes, and
They've
that's...
been marked complete when they weren't complete, in fact. RNZ did a story on this. How much confidence do you have in that by the end of this year that will be?
So what we're doing is replacing the plastic pipes with copper pipes, which will last. And so in the past, when they've been temporary fixes, that's what they've been. They've just been temporary fixes. We are now actually replacing the plastic pipes with copper pipes, which will last. When this building was built, back in the early 2000s, it should have been built with copper pipes. That's what it should have been built with. It wasn't. I've been the minister for 4 months now, and we're fixing it.
So it's not just that they're not going to get enough.
Well, look, we're fixing it. I think that's the key message here. We're fixing it. We know the problems. It's not acceptable. I've read your reports. It's not acceptable, and we're fixing it. And so that's what we're getting on. And that's...
I think if you take a step back, I think the building accommodates 675 plus acute beds. We have had some incidents, but those incidents have been managed with building continuity plans. I think we've had about 4 to 5 over the last 18 months. I've been in the role for about 18 months. We identified these problems,
4 to 5 incidents.
yes, a couple of years ago. I couldn't tell you that number, sorry. But I think the key point here is that we're dealing with a 25-year-old legacy design problem. And we're also managing both the continuity and the redevelopment of the facility in a live environment. So, we're going very fast. We've now got a contractor mobilised on site. We've commenced works, and we'll be finished phase 1 of the project, which will give us the control that we require within 12 months. So that's a really good outcome.
Sorry, can I just ask again, so in terms, when you say continuity, how will that be ensured while this project is ongoing, like to fix the valve and everything by the end of this year? Like during this period, will there be more shutdowns?
There will be a number of managed shutdowns during this period, but we'll be migrating and decanting patients out of the affected areas, and we'll be minimising the impact as we go through the building.
How many other disruptions are we expecting? Would you like to get it to scale?
Look, I don't have the detail right in front of me, but there will be probably dozens of disruptions as we go through this project on a monthly basis.
But I think
that's the nature of
I
working
think
in a live
the
environment.
key message here, though, is this is about fixing a live environment. It is a big challenge to do that, but the problems that you have identified need to be fixed. If we don't do anything, the problems will only get worse. I know, and so we're actually getting on and fixing the problems at this hospital. We're creating the resilience that's needed so we don't have these problems in the future. So by replacing the pipes from plastic to copper, these problems won't become persistent, they'll be fixed, and that's a really, really important message that it's important to get out. We are fixing the problems. Yes, there will be some disruption. That will be very carefully managed by Health New Zealand. As was said, patients we decanted from those areas to ensure that they're able to continue getting the care that they need. But we are focusing on fixing the issues so that patients can get the continuity of care that they deserve in a modern country. That's what we're doing. That's correct. It's all part of the $1 billion that we've announced in the budget for a range of initiatives. In terms of specific numbers, we're not announcing specific numbers because of commercial because of commercial negotiations which will go underway in terms of the contractual obligations that Health New Zealand has to go through. But there's $1 billion that's been allocated across a range of announcements with the Nelson Hospital, Wellington ED upgrade, this project, some investment into Palmerston North Hospital, and some small modular wards which will be rolled out across the country as well. So it's $1 billion in total across budget 2025, which is going to go into a range of hospital upgrades in New Zealand. Yeah, so that's around the same things around the heating and the electrical upgrades as well. Some of that work will also happen there. Again, that's an incredibly important part of the Auckland hospital network, providing care to thousands and thousands of patients.
Minister, you mentioned that the copper pipes as a replacement for the plastic pipes are going to last. What sort of lifespan?
I'll get you to.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Under the Building Act, we will be targeting in excess of 50 years. So, but we think we'll get more out of that. This building that we're in at the moment has got a 100-year design life, so we expect it to be somewhere in between.
Will there be like ongoing maintenance throughout that period as well?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Mainly, and we hope that maintenance work will be simply checking that there are no issues. The resilience will actually be in the materials that we use for that system.
There's some cool design factors here, like one in, what is it, a 1 in 37,000, this can withstand a 1 in 37,000 year.
That's right. It's an IL4. This is an IL4 building. The building is built for a 100-year design life, and the building itself is actually on about 40 dampers, so the building will move in the event of any sort of large-scale event. So, yeah, absolutely. I think it's several hundred millimetres in terms of movement. But this building is here for the long haul, and it's a site that supports the rest of the hospital in the event of a disaster.
How much can we expect to save on utility costs with the replacement of the system?
From memory, I think in the business case, there's several millions of dollars of savings per year. That's right, yes. So there's a good payback on this investment.
So 600 million has already been spent on tranche 1 and tranche 2. When will we know the cost of tranche 3?
Once the commercial negotiations are completed, yeah.
Which is
Well, in the coming months, yeah.
Just a quick question on Greenlane lastly. We know that in March there was a power outage after that damaged the circuit boards there. Are those repairs or the improvements to those systems, are they being fast tracked at the moment?
Yes, they are. So some of that work has been completed. There is still work to be done. The root cause of that power outage was leaking water pipes, and we've put in place mitigations against that. But we are investing in the plant room on building 4 of Greenlane. So we're very satisfied with the work that's been done to date. It'll be complete at the end of June.
Great.
I'm Chris Cardwell. I'm the head of infrastructure for Health New Zealand for the Northern region. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. I think it shows that to run a hospital, you need a lot of machinery and infrastructure to care for patients. So thank you so much for coming.